All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. It's the brother Matazai Yahweh Dah of the Cleveland Sakari set, right? And today I'm going into the pagan holiday Christmas, right? And today is Christmas. Growing up, I real quick testimony. Growing up, I honestly, I really never really cared about Christmas. I was always bad in school, so I rarely got gifts in the first place. And all praise to the Most High for that, right? But as a child, though, I always thought it was strange. You know, my mom used to tell me, Santa is coming. He's gonna drop off some gifts for you, stuff like that. And I had been every bit of like 4 or 5 years old. And I remember the night, this particular night. And this is my younger brother's father. This is when he was living. I remember he was in the house, and my mom also, and my mom took me in for bed. And I woke up in the middle of the night, and I heard a bunch of wrapping paper just, just so happened to get up, and I peek around the corner. I see them wrapping presents. That's how I knew it was just like, it was over with ever since then. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of figured he wasn't real in the first place, though, right? But Christmas actually goes back into ancient Egyptian culture, right? And we're going to get into that. But first, I'm going to go into this Bible scripture real quick, and this is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, "Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them," right? And we go into the history of it. You learn about Saturnalia. It's basically they worship the star Saturn, things of that sort. It's just crazy. You know, the Most High literally just said, "Don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven." I mean, like the constellations and stuff like that. We're not supposed to be, worshiping those things, but Christianity has you literally worshiping that, right? Verse 3, it says, "For the custom of the people are vain," right? Because it's vain. The custom of Christmas is vanity. You give a bunch of presents to badass kids who don't deserve these presents in the first place, right? You give presents to people you you give presents to people that you like, and then when people come over that you and that person had a against each other, they looking at you funny because you didn't give them a Christmas gift. Or maybe they gave you a Christmas gift, and then you didn't give them a Christmas gift. Now y'all have a problem because you didn't give the same kind of energy, or it didn't equate to what they gave you, right? I've seen grown women, rather than pay their rent, they use that money to get their kids Christmas gifts and end up getting evicted a couple months later. It's idiocy at its finest. But this is Christianity, though. This is what holds us back, amongst other things, right? Christmas is not for us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It just never have and never will be, right? Verse 3, "For the custom of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with a hammer, that it move not." Right? And it's talking about when they used to go into the forest, man, and cut down the tree. They put it in their house, or they put it somewhere, and they nail it so it won't move left or right. It'll be upright, right? Verse 4. I'm gonna read that again. It says they deck it with silver and gold, right? What they say, deck the halls, right? I don't know the song, but you get it. Deck the halls, right? With silver and gold. You put the silver little stuff around the tree, the gold stuff around the tree, right? Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. You see this? Right? Because they're making this a God, but this God doesn't speak. Our God speaks, right? He's the only true living God, man. Let me go into this real quick. Go into this MSG. Let's see what it says in MSG. Jeremiah 10. I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, listen most carefully. Don't take God. It says, don't take the godless nations as your models. You see that? We're not supposed to look at these other nations like these so-called white people, right? We're not supposed to look at these other nations and deem them the models of who we supposed to be or model our lives after. Because that's not how the Most High intended us to live, right? Don't be impressed by the glamorous and glitz, no matter how much they're impressed, right? So it don't matter how big a goddamn Christmas tree is. It don't matter how many gifts they got under they Christmas tree, right? Salakia. It don't matter. Don't be jealous of that. Don't be impressed by that. That means nothing. It's vanity. Verse 3. It says the religion of these people is nothing but smoke. You see that? It's nothing but smoke and mirrors, man. Right? An idol is nothing but a tree chopped down, then shaped by a woodsman's axe, right? Verse 4, they trim it with tinsel and balls. Use hammer and nails to keep it right. You see that? So they trim it with tinsel and balls. Man, they put the little balls on the Christmas tree, right? They deck the halls, man. They deck the tree out with silver and gold and stockings, right? It's like a scarecrow in a cabbage patch. Can't talk. Dead wood that has to be carried. Can't walk. Don't be impressed by such stuff. It's useless for either good or evil. All this is nothing compared to you, oh God. You're wondrously great, famously great, right? Because our God is famous. He's the one that killed the Egyptians for trying to recapture the Israelites after they fled, left their captivity, right? Our God is famous. He's the one that made the heavens and the earth. Not no dang Christmas tree who can't talk, who won't save you. It won't stop a damn gunshot. It won't stop nothing. I just read of I was just on my because it's something called the Cleveland Members page on Instagram. I was just on there and I saw a woman get shot in her head twice. Did that damn Christmas tree jump in front of her and stop those bullets? Hell no. Right? This is something so-called black and Hispanic people need to realize, man. We need to get up out of Christianity and stop celebrating these pagan holidays. Right? Let me get into a little bit of the history on this real quick. Let me see. Because really, the Christmas tree is actually a Canaanite or Egyptian god that they were celebrating or worshiping, right? And it's called Ashereth, right? And it's a fertility god who appears in a number of ancient sources, right? She also appears in Hittite writings. The Hittite is of a Canaanite nation, right? Hamitic descent. Let me see. Uh, as you can see, it's a woman holding her breasts up. It's god of fertility. You see? Let me see. Yes. Is this what I want? Okay. Here it is. It says popular culture defines Canaanite religion and Hebrew idolatry as sexual fertility cults, products of primitive superstition rather than spiritual philosophy. This position is busted by the Hebrew Bible, which frequently and graphically associates goddess religion with prostitution, right? Because back then, it's the same thing with like the strip club. They'll carve out a tree, they'll find a tree, they'll carve it down, and women will like parade in front of the tree, and men will throw gifts or money at the women, and they'll even have sex orgies or blood orgies in front of the tree, right? That's something that they were doing. And the Most High seen that, and He condemned us for doing that. Like he told us vehemently, like, do not. So yeah, the Most High told us not to do what they do. Don't do what the heathens do, because that's not our culture. That's not how we're supposed to operate as a people celebrating or commemorating paganism, right? Let me go into this real quick. This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 3. Don't live like the people of Egypt where you used to live, and don't live like the people of Canaan where I'm bringing you. Don't do what they do. Obey my laws and live by my decrees. I am your God, right? So the Most High told us not to do what the Egyptians did, told us not to do what the Canaanites did. And what were they doing? They were setting up groves. What you know as groves. Today in the Bible, they just basically carved out trees. And again, they had sex orgies around the tree. They threw money at women around that tree. It's basically another version of a strip club, right? That's what they were doing. Go here real quick. I believe. Right. Okay, here it is. And it says a Asherah pole. That's what it's called, Asherah pole, right? It says Asherah pole is a sacred tree or pole that stood near Canaanite religious locations to honor the Ugaritic mother goddess Asherah, right? Remember, and it says, Salakia. And it says, don't live like the people of Egypt where you used to live, and don't live like the people of Canaan where I am bringing you. Don't do what they do, right? And this is what? A Canaanite religious deity that they worship, right? Let's see. All right, here it is. It says, in light of archaeological finds, however, some modern scholars now theorize that the Israelite folk religion was Canaanite in the inception and always physiologic, psychologic, Salakia. Anyway, this theory holds that the innovators were the prophets and priests who denounced the Asherah pose, right? So yeah, because we were going off into their into their culture, right? And the prophets and the priests, they told us, you know, don't do what they do, right? We're not supposed to do what they're doing. Let me see. But yeah, here's a picture of the fertility god again. Let me see. That's all right. I'm going to another scripture real quick. And this is Exodus chapter 34 and 15. And it says, be careful. Now, it's like, let me start at 14. It says, don't worship any other god, right? Because, again, Asherah is the pole. Asherah is the Christmas tree. It's a god, right? God, his name is the jealous one, is a jealous God. Be careful that you don't make a covenant with the people who live in the land and take up their sex and religion life. Join them in meat and meals at their altars. So we're not supposed to be having orgies. We're not supposed to be into the religion of worshiping their god, Asherah. Right? We're not supposed to eat the food, anything. We're not supposed to do that, man. Right? We got our own thing going on that we are supposed to commemorate. Feast of Dedication, Feast of First Fruits, Passover. We have our own holy days, man. This is Leviticus chapter 26 and 30 in the MSG. I'm in the MSG, just so y'all know. It says, I'll smash your sex and religion shrines and all the paraphernalia, right? That goes into those damn Christmas trees, those damn gifts, right? That goes with them. And then stack your corpse and the idol corpse in the same piles. I'll abhor you, right? And that's what the Most High is getting ready to do, and that's what he's done. We're dying every single day. Every single day. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Salakia. Here it is. You see that? Multiple people shot on Christmas morning. Multiple people shot on Christmas morning. This is insane, man. Let's see if I can pull it up. And mind you, it's cold as hell outside, right? People are getting shot left and right. Here it is. Okay, so Cleveland, Ohio. According to the NEO scanner, 4 people showed up at University Hospital with gunshot wounds and a shot-up, bloody car. The incident happened around 2 a.m. at East 99th Place. Victims claim a Jeep pulled up and started shooting. No word on condition of the victims. Right? And you see this person, SMH, on Christmas? Yes, on Christmas. Because the Most High literally just said, what? I'll smash your sex shrine and religion. It's like, I'll smash your sex and your religion shrines and all the paraphernalia that goes with them, and stack your corpses and the idol corpses in the same piles. I'll abhor you. Right? He's going to kill you if you do these things. Right? Let me see. I'm gonna just keep going. It says, I'll turn your cities into rubble. And that's what Cleveland looks like right now, for those who are in Cleveland. and really all over the ghettos of America. It looks like rubbles, man. We live in the most messed up places, bro. Right? It says, I'll clean out your sanctuaries. I'll hold my nose at the pleasant aroma of your sacrifices. Right? Because the Most High don't give a damn about that ham roast you made for Christmas Day. Right? He don't give a damn about that macaroni and cheese that you made in commemoration of the damn Asherah pole. He don't care about that. Verse 32, I'll turn your land into lifeless moonscape. Your enemies who come in to take over will be shocked at what they see, right? I'll scatter you all over the world. That's what happened to us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? We were scattered all over the world. It's called the transatlantic slave trade, right? And keep after you with the point of my sword in your backs, right? Because the Most High is going to continue to kill us, destroy us, if we don't listen to him, right? There'll be nothing left in your land, nothing going on in your cities, right? There's nothing going to be going on in our cities. What's going on in Cleveland right now? A lot of death and destruction, right? Nothing good is coming from this place, right? This is absolutely ridiculous, man. 4 people shot. Let me get into this other scripture, right? Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 5. And it says, here's what you are to do. Tear apart their altars by stone. I'm so like it. It says, here's what you do. Tear apart their altars stone by stone. Smash their phallic pillars. Chop down their sex and religion Asherah groves. Set fire to their carved God images. So the Most High literally said, destroy those images. Destroy them. Right? The Christmas tree must be set on fire, man. It must be set on fire. Right? Verse 6. Do this because you are do this because you are a people set apart as holy to God. Your God. God, your God. It's doubling down on it, man. Right? Chose you out of all the people on earth for himself as a cherished personal treasure. Right? The Most High said, destroy that, man, because we're holy. We are holy, man. We have to get out of this madness. This is Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 3. It says, tear apart their altar, smash their phallic pillars, burn their sex and religion Asherah shrines. Right? Again, it's saying the same thing. Break up their carved gods. Obliterate the names of those god sites. Right? Obliterate. That means utterly destroy. Right? Verse 4. It says, stay clear of those places. Don't let what went on there contaminate the worship of God, your God. Right? And what's going on in these churches right now? They got a big ass Christmas tree in their church. That's supposed to be a place of God. But it's contaminating every damn body. Why? Because they're worshiping every God every single month. Right? Every single day. We have to do better as a people, man. We have to. Let me go into this real quick. Job 3:3. And it says, and this is really going into the fact that, these people say, Jesus was born on December 25th, so we're celebrating his birthday. That's not biblical. That's not even scholarly. Right? Go into this real quick. Don't mind those text messages. Crazy stuff is going on. Yeah, so we never celebrated our birthdays. You know, we actually frowned upon the days that we was born, right? This is Job 3:3. It says, obliterate the day I was born. Blank out the night I was conceived. You see that? Job said he hates the day that he was born. He hates it. So where are these people coming with this birthday crap from, man? Because he really wasn't even born on Christmas. Supposed Christmas, right? December 25th, right? Let me see. I think it's Luke 2 and 8. I think this is it. I think I want to go into the Salakia. Luke 2 and 8. All right, here it is. And it says, and there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night, right? So what in the world are shepherds doing abiding in the field? In the dead of winter. It's freezing cold, man. It's freezing cold outside. Right? That wouldn't make sense for them to be outside all dang night in the blistering cold looking after their flock. Right? It wouldn't make sense. But anyway, that's how you know it couldn't have been in the dead of winter. It doesn't make sense. I think men was tilling the ground as well. You don't till the ground in the winter. You do that in the spring. But anyway, I digress. Let me see. I'm gonna go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 20. And it says, a long time ago, you broke out of the harness. You shook off all restraints. You said, I will not serve. And off you went, visiting every sex and religion shrine on your way, like a common whore. You see that? We went into basically every religion. We done went into every sexual desires that we had spiritually, right? We just wanted to be as the heathen. Everywhere we went, we wanted to be like a follower instead of the leaders that we were supposed to be and that the Most High set us up to be, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 9. And it says, she took up cheap sex and religion as a sideline diversion and indulgent recreation, and used anything and anyone, flaunting sanctity and sanctity alike, stinking up the country, man. Basically, our people went off whoring, throwing that monkey at everybody, stinking up the place like a stinking whore. Everywhere we went. Oh, I want to follow this religion. I want to follow that religion. Oh, I think this is God. Instead of going into our own way, drinking water out of our own cistern, we decided to follow them and be like them. I'm going to jump down to verse 13. It says, just admit your guilt. Admit your God defiance. Admit to your promiscuity. Admit to your promiscuous life with casual partners, pulling strangers into the sex and religion groves while turning a deaf ear to me, God's decree, right? We have to acknowledge that, man. We have to acknowledge that Christmas is off. We're too old. It's this 2020 about to go in 2023. We're too old to be talking about some fat, white, jolly white man coming down your chimney. Right? We're too old for this. I'm going to jump down to verse 23 now. And it says, all that popular religion was a cheap lie. Christianity is a cheap lie. It's very basic. God loves everybody. Celebrate Christmas. Give us tithes, and you're going to go to heaven. It's utterly insane to think about. Right? It says, duped crowds buying up the latest in gods. That's what y'all do. Y'all buy up every damn thing. Right? TVs. Right? Toys for your children. You're making them gods. Right? That's what y'all do. Y'all buy up things, put it under that damn tree, give it to your children, give it to your family. You're making it gods, man. Y'all have to come up out of that, bro. I'm going to go to Jeremiah 8. This is Jeremiah 8 and 8. It says, how can you say we know the score? We're the proud. We're the proud owners of God's revelation. Look where it's gotten you. Stuck in illusion, right? How could y'all say y'all are for God or y'all about God? Y'all are stuck in an illusion, right? How could y'all say, oh, I know God, but y'all are stuck in an illusion of thinking that this is real? Y'all, a lot of y'all kids just tells us not to lie to each other, man. Y'all make everything about y'all, right? Your religion experts have taken you for a ride. Look at that. They have took you on a ride around the corner. They're driving you in circles. And if they're not driving you in circles, they are driving you off a cliff to your own destruction. Right? It's about time that y'all realize that, man. Come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. This is Ezekiel chapter 6, verse 13 in the MSG. It says, they'll realize that I am God when they see their people corpses strewn over and around all their ruined sex and religion shrines, on the bare hills and in the lusty fertile groves, in all the places where they indulge their sensual rights, right? You're going to recognize you're going to recognize God is real when you're dead, laying right next to that Christmas tree, right? Just because it gave you a sensation that you were right. Only God can judge me. This feels right, so I'm going to do it. I've been brought up under Christianity, so I'm going to stick with it. That's madness, man. That is utter madness. But this is Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 28. Let me get that real quick. And it says, when I brought them into the land that I have solemnly promised with my upraised hand to give them, every time they saw a hill with a sex and religion shrine on it, or a grove of trees where there were sacred whores practiced, they were there, buying into the whole pagan system. You see that? When we see a damn church with the Christmas tree, we gotta go into it. We hear that fancy talking preacher with all the hemming and hawing and then shucking jiving. We gotta go there. We gotta go in there and buy into the whole pagan system of Christianity, man. It's crazy. It's literally crazy, bro. Let me get this. Let's see. I'm not tripping. Oh, yeah, okay. Hosea 9:1. It says, don't waste your life in wild orgies, Israel. Meaning, don't be out here screwing all of these religions, Baptist, Jehovah's Witness, Christianity, Seventh-day Adventist, Mormonism. Don't do that. You're a filthy whore if you do that. Go back to the Most High, man. Right? It says, don't party away your life with the heathen. You walk away from your God at the drop of the hat. Like a whore, sell yourself promiscuously at every sex and religion party on the street. Right? That's what y'all do. We don't do it. Right? Verse 2. All that party food won't fill you up. You'll end up hungrier than ever, right? Because man shall not live by bread alone, man. Right? We're supposed to live by every word of the Most High. That's how we eat. Right? This is Hosea chapter 13, verse 2. It says, and now they're back in the sin business again, manufacturing God's images they can use. Religion customized to taste. Right? You see that? They use religion customized to taste. Whatever you feel like your God is, we're going to make it. A Christmas tree, you got it. White Jesus, you got it. Right? Professionals to see it. Anything you want in a God, you can get. Can you believe it? They sacrifice live babies to the dead gods, kill living babies, and kill golden calves. Right? Because that's what we were doing. We were giving up our children to Baal, right? We were sacrificing our children to these other gods, right? And we make gods who we want, like whatever our imagination is of who God was, they'll make an image for it, just like they do today. And it doesn't make sense. This is the last verse. This is Amos chapter 5 and 22 in the MSG. It says, I want nothing to do with your religion projects, your pretentious slogans and goals. You see that? You see that? He wants nothing to do with deck the halls, with all that. It's what they say. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. He don't want to hear that. Right? It says, I'm sick of your fundraising schemes, your public relations, and image making. Right? Verse 23, I've had all I can take of your nosy ego music. When was the last time you sang to me? You hear that? He's tired of all of that Christmas music. He's tired of it. But anyway, man, it's been a ball. looking at these people go crazy nuts over this dang holiday. But with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.